Hello, everyone, and welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM WARA. You can call us at 508-222-1320. We have the Mansfield Hornets boys basketball team in studio with us, so welcome, guys. You want to introduce yourselves, what position you play, what grade you're in?
Where you from?
Yeah, thank you. So I'm JT Viking. I'm a senior at Mansfield High School, and I played forward for us this season.
I'm Devon Sanders. I'm a junior at Mansfield High School, and I played point guard for us this year.
Awesome.
Well, welcome. You guys have quite a record, and we want to brag about that record all for this first hour. So, a couple things. We were supposed to have Eddie in here, Eddie McCoy, but he couldn't make it, right, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know who we are, we have KC on the board, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Catherine Conley, a.k.a. KC.
And?
Justin Ferrer,
a.k.a.
Sportsmaster.
I'm Lucy Cabral, and I'm known as the
paparazzi.
And we have a new intern with us. He's been with us, 3 weeks now?
Yeah, just about 3 weeks.
There you go.
Yeah, my name's Sean Sylvia. We don't got a nickname yet, but we'll figure one out.
We're going to come up with one.
We'll
I want to
figure
thank you for getting Mansfield boys in here.
Yeah.
And a shout out to Dominic, who's our fearless leader out there. He's having some back issues, and hoping he's feeling better. So, ready to go? All right.
Yep.
Justin?
Okay. My first question is, what's the best part of playing basketball?
Yeah, I think just the bond that you're able to build with your teammates is
Make sure you're close to the mic.
yeah, it's just I don't know, you guys are together for about 4 months throughout the season, and you build so many friendships that will go on and last a long time. So it's not only being able to play the sport you love, but also creating a bunch of new friendships that will last.
I like just the guys you're able to compete with, day in and day out. Everybody has the same goal. You want to win, so you're never bored. You're never satisfied. So I think just the competing aspect, but off the court you can still be friends. But everybody has the same goal and everybody wants to win. So it's great.
Yeah. So, that 25-3 record, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
That must have felt good.
Yeah. I don't know, going into the season, looking at a few of the games that we had on our schedule, we knew it was going to be a tough season, but I don't think we looked at any team and thought that we couldn't beat them.
Yeah.
So our guys had a bunch of confidence going into the season.
It's good. It's good. You know, it's one of those things when you go into the season with that high hopes of having the championship run, and then the season starts going the way you wanted it to. You know? I know you guys fell one game short, or one win short, but I mean, to get to that point, that must have felt good as well. You know, what was the preparation throughout the playoffs opposed to the season? You know.
Yeah. So when we got into the playoffs, everything kind of turned up a little bit. We knew what the big goal was and what we had to accomplish and what it would take to get there. So we knew it wasn't the regular season anymore, where we could kind of cruise through. Every team that we play is going to bring it, and I thought that we did a great job just elevating our game.
And what did Coach do to prepare you for this upcoming season? I want to make a shout out to the head coach, Mike Vaughn, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot of preparation the first few weeks going into tryouts. We run something called the 2-minute drill, which is about 10 up backs in 2 minutes,
Right.
which that's never fun. But we know that we just have to get through it. Even though it's hard, it'll push us to just be better players and be able to run in transition and be in good condition throughout the season.
And so that happened for you too as well, right?
Oh yeah. You know, I feel like sometimes you train like we're in the military, but you know, it's for the better of everybody. And I think he pushes everybody every single day. He doesn't let you coast through practice. Like if you're hurt, you can sit out, but if you come to play, you come to play. And I think that pushes everybody, and that's how we were able to win.
And shout out to your assistant coaches. Who are they?
Yeah.
I wrote them down here.
Bobby and Trony.
Yeah.
And Coach Van Ryn.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So shout out to them
Yeah,
as well. I'm sure
they're
they're
great
pushing
too.
just as hard, right?
Yep, they're always on the sidelines. They're able to help us out too through sometimes practice can get hard. There's a lot of yelling and hard times, but they also just keep us going through it.
And how many seniors are going out?
We
year?
have 4 of us. It's me, Chris Hill, Caden Colby, and Michael Creedon.
Wow. Wow.
hmm
So talk about the season. What's going on?
So
You first started, you had a pretty good record.
yeah, we started off. We were like 9-0 going into the first game, where we eventually lost to Sharon in a close game on our own home floor on a Friday night. That one hurt a little bit, but going forward, we heard them celebrating through the locker rooms because the locker rooms were kind of close, and we knew we didn't want to feel that again. So we went on another streak. We went. We were about like 17-1, going to play Sharon again a second time, and we had to travel to Sharon that time, and we ended up falling short to them again.
Oh my goodness!
But
seems to be the rival, huh?
yeah, they were kind of the team that was hard for us to beat. But yeah, that was a good test, knowing going into the playoffs, just being able to be beat up a little bit and know what that feels like. And I think that helped us in our playoff run, knowing what it's like to lose and really having that fire under us that we just don't want to lose, don't want to go home.
So one of those was pretty close, 60-64.
Yeah.
Wow. Want to talk about that?
They haunt me every day. But I feel like at the end of the day, every great team has to lose one. So, when you finally lose and you get the mentality that you can be beat, you're not invincible. And I think that alone just pushes everybody to be one step better. Every day you get better. So I think losing that game actually helped us a lot more than people might think. But yeah.
Yeah, and they say all the time, like, you can't win every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually wanted to get to to the injuries, like, from the 2 starters, like you and the other
Trevor
kid.
Foley, yeah. Trevor Foley.
Yeah, so, and you guys, like, had a sophomore, like,
Nate
come
Creedon.
up from the JV team, and what did you guys do to, like, prepare him for the playoffs?
Yeah, so when Devon went down in the first playoff game, that was definitely tough to see. Never want to see your teammate go out, but as he was getting stretchered off the court, he said, just go win it. Go win it for him. So we knew that we had to go just lay it all out on the floor, and if he's not going to be out there for us and he's injured, then we got to just play with what we got. And then the next game, Trevor Foley ended up having a fracture in his foot.
Oh.
So he was kind of our best defender and was our motor. But I don't know. We still never looked back. We picked it up. Nate Creedon, he was a sophomore point guard. He played on JV most of the season, but he really stepped up and filled Devon's shoes there in the playoffs. And I think it was just great for our team to see that even though those 2 guys went down, we were still fearless and never backed down and still made it to the state championship. And we were just still very proud of ourselves. Even though we didn't end up winning it all, it was still a great run.
So Devon, talk about that injury. I know before the show we were talking a little bit about it because I had no idea how you got hurt. So talk about that.
It sucks, but
What happened?
Go into detail.
During a game, right?
During the game, I broke my tibia through the growth plate. So it like popping out. No blood, so and no surgery, so we live. And I think it sucks, but at the end of the day, you got to move on. You can't take it back. And I think when we have players that can step up and fill shoes that they weren't expected to fill,
Right.
and they did it. So, it sucks, but you have guys that step up. You have guys that care, and that makes you win.
That's great. That's great. I'm sure you were on the sidelines just rooting everybody on,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Giving some advice, and good for you. Good
Thank
for
you.
you. I see the crutches over there in the corner there, so you're on the mend.
2 days.
All right, what else you got?
I
Are
actually
we close to our first break?
a minute 41
Okay.
left. So my second question for you guys is, what were your team rituals?
Before the games, we so during the season we would be there for the JV game, for the home games that started at like 5 o'clock. We'd be there for the start of those, and we like to just like go and hang out in the locker room together. I don't know, it just like helped. We would like joke around in the locker room sometimes, and other times we'd be serious. But I don't know, it's just good to bond together before the games, because if we're just talking and having a good time in the locker room before the game, then when we're actually out on the court there together, then we have that chemistry that's there. So I think that was one ritual for us that actually ended up helping our performance.
Do you have another one?
I mean, I don't have one like that we do as a team, but I feel like mine was a little strict. I had a strict ritual. Yeah, I would take a nap. I have to take a nap. I didn't take a nap, and I probably couldn't show up to the game. But, I had to take a nap, and somehow, some way, I always found myself the last in the locker room.
Oh.
I don't know if that was supposed to be a ritual, but I guess I got lost in the locker room a lot of the times. So, yeah, had to do that, and I think when we can all laugh with each other before the game, we're not so serious, we're not so stiff going out there. So I think that really helped us as a team and really created good bonds that we'll have forever.
I know,
That's great.
I know exactly how you feel. I would definitely need to take naps before I need
Oh,
to
yeah.
do stuff too. Yeah. So we're gonna go on to our first break. So you are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM. Attleboro. We have the Mansfield boys basketball team here in studio with us. We'll be right back with more right after these messages.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM Attleboro. We are here with Mansfield basketball players JT Verking and Devonna Sanders. My next question for you guys is, what are challenges that can happen during playing basketball?
So first off, as we can see with Devon, injuries. Injuries are a big part of the game. But yeah, you just gotta work through them. You can't go out there and play scared. They happen. It's just part of the game. After his injury happened and Trevor Foley's injury happened, Coach Vaughn gave us a talk, said it's part of the game. We can't act like we're at a funeral because we got a game in 2 days. So we just got to pick it up and move on. And I think that just a big part of it is like the toll that basketball has on your body. Like my body still really hasn't recovered fully from the season. Like I still find myself sore constantly.
Because that's because you're giving it your all, you know?
Exactly. But it's all manageable and stuff that you can work through.
For me, I think it's frustration, and it's like it's controlling like off nights. Like every basketball team's gonna have an off night, and I think the way we were all able to control the off nights, where we weren't shooting the ball well, we turned the ball over more than we would normally, and I think that is the biggest reason for our record is we were able to manage it by our defense and playing 110%, even though we're not shooting the ball well. And I think that is a huge mental part of the game. It's definitely frustration and rising above that, and I think that's huge for us.
Who would you say is your biggest motivation?
That's a great question. Biggest motivation. I'd say my mom. My mom always keeps me going. It's always great to make her and the rest of my family proud. Just through something like basketball. It's always not easy going out there and playing and giving it my all. But I see my mom and my aunt and any other family members in the stands. It always makes me want to play a little bit harder and just give it my all for them.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to say my dad just because of the car ride home after the game, so I don't get absolutely screamed at. But that might have to be. It's probably my dad. He's always been there for me. He's always cared for me. He's always expected the best of me, and I think that's made me who I am today, and I'll continue to cherish that.
That's great.
All right, so. Oh, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, all one word, 4dsportstalk.com. You can check out all of our videos from the past, and can you please call in at 508-222-1320. That is 508-222-1320. Please feel free to call and ask our guests questions as we continue to highlight their season. And so my last question for you guys is, who's your favorite NBA player and why?
For me, I'd probably have to say Jason Tatum. I'm a big Celtics fan, and I like his style of play. I don't know, he just plays with so much confidence. The way he shoots the ball and just like the way he carries himself on the court is something that I like to take after. And Jason Tatum.
For me, it has to be Jordan Poole, the smoothest NBA player in the game. I actually want to model my game after him. He's so smooth and he's fluent with the ball, so definitely Jordan Poole.
Because he's on the Warriors, like with Steph Curry, like he learns a lot from him.
Oh yeah, mentors.
Yeah,
Love it.
Yeah, we all have a lot of mentors like that we learn from. Yeah. You guys have any other questions?
Yeah, so I want to highlight the rest of the team. Who are they, and how have they helped the team get where, you guys going to the finals?
Mm-hmm. So a big piece of our run was, like we said before, Trevor Foley. He was kind of our defensive guy. He'd always go out and guard the best player, get a big dunk when we need it, and fire the crowd up. Another guy is Chris Hill. He was a 4-year varsity starter for us. He's just always consistent. And, also Caden Colby, also a good guy for us. He played his junior year too. and really stepped up for this year and was starting.
I think we all had we had such like a unique puzzle this year. I think everybody had their role in a big, huge playoff from Eddie McCoy. Huge piece of the puzzle this year.
Something somewhere, that game against Salem.
Oh yeah, 31 points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Defense was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. So Eddie was a big,
Oh
huge
yeah.
part of that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
He had 28 points as well in our state semifinal game against Neshoba. So once Devon and Trevor went down, Eddie really just picked it up for us. He knew he was going to be a big part, and I think he also won Hawk Player of the Week too. He just really turned it on towards the end of the season. He was had to be over 20 points a game in the playoffs.
Wow.
So yeah, he really stepped up for us big time.
Anyone else on the team that really contributed, to the season?
Yeah, for sure. Nate Creedon and Brandon Jackman, they were also big guys that came either off the bench for us, and Nate came from JV or getting minutes at the end of the game to starting. So I don't know. That was just a huge part for us and crucial for us to even get to the state championship. Somebody to bring the ball up the court all the time. So he definitely put on the big boy shoes right there. Probably way earlier than he needed to. Also, Brandon Jackman was a solid player for us all year on the defensive end and was able to just create good matchups for us on offense by setting screens, and he's like the type of player for us that would come in, dive on a ball whenever we need it.
And shout out Michael Creedon, great leader. And always kept everybody actually in their places, and make sure we all played hard every day.
Knew their positions and, did their job, right?
Yep.
That's great. All right, Sean, you're up.
Yeah, so I know we were talking about in season, but what's the off season looking like for both of you? I know you're recovering, but I mean, what's the future hold?
Yeah, for me, obviously, it's recovery time, and it's not horrible. 2 weeks in a brace, and I'm back to weightlifting and training to try to get my body back in shape, and hopefully I'll be back by the end of this spring and playing again, and hopefully I never missed a beat.
Yep. And for me, it's just right now getting my body right after the season, just kind of recovering from that. And I'm committed to play basketball at WPI next year.
Wow.
So
you're going on. Wow.
Yeah, so that's a whole different level for me. I'm gonna have to lift, get stronger, get quicker, all of the above there. So that'll be hard to try to transition the 3-point lines farther back, all that stuff. It'll take some getting used to, but so for most of the spring, summer, I'll be prepping for the college season.
And on behalf of all the seniors that are leaving, what kind of legacy do you think you have left for Devon and for everyone else on the team that's coming up?
So it's actually funny. We were playing, I think all of our 4 seniors were playing together since 4th grade, something like that. So we all just had great chemistry, and towards our senior year, we knew once we're up and we're the seniors, we're going to have to be leaders and kind of show the younger guys how it's done around here, because we just took notes from the guys that were above us and how hard it takes to actually go that far in a season and be a winner. So I think just going into practice every day, just energy, showing that you want to be there is the biggest part, and showing the younger guys that it's just not easy. You got to come in and play hard all the time, or else you're not going to get the results that you want.
Right, and you really have to play as a team. This is a team sport, and everyone needs to step up.
100%, yep.
So hopefully next season, you did leave a legacy to the upcoming, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, when you walk in the gym and they have the energy they did every day, you kind of, as the younger classmen and even my class, you get the sense of okay, this is what we have to do. This is what we have to do to win. And I've only been here for a year, obviously, but this is 100% the best senior class. The way they showed up every day and worked hard and made sure everybody else was working hard huge to our success this year.
That's great. Are we good?
I got minute 42 left.
Minute 42. Got another one.
Justin?
Okay. Well, aside from what happened to you, Yvonne, what other potential injuries are there can happen in basketball?
Oh, everyone in the book. From ankle sprains to a broken wrist. You know, it's part of the game. It's unfortunate, but you know, it's what kind of you sign up for. You love the game. You play hard, and you know, obviously you don't want it to happen, but if it happens, you got to move on, and you love the sport, so it's what you love to do.
Yeah, I actually wear 2 ankle braces on both of my ankles every time I play because I've just had a past history of rolling my ankle, and I'm just like, I'm done with it at this point. I'm like, I'm just going to wear the ankle braces and hopefully just stay as mobile as I can while wearing them and just prevent injury as much as I can.
So those of you out there who are actually watching this show, I mean, you can see these guys are sitting down, but I'll tell you, I felt like a little midget walking in here and meeting these guys. How tall are you, JT?
I am 6'7", maybe
Oh my
6'8".
Wow.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, crazy. And Davon?
I'm about 5'10", 5'11". I'm not there.
I
yet.
think that's around
I'm
my
not-
height.
I'm not there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, so we got 15 seconds left. So if you want to call in, ask our Mansfield boys basketball team questions, 508-222-1320. That is 508-222-1320. We will be right back with more right after these messages.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Lucy Cabral with 4 Deep Sports Talk. I'm going to take it in for the next half hour. Casey had to run out. She had a little coughing fit. Oh, we do have a call here. We are in studio today with Mansfield Boys Basketball. We have JT and Davon, and having a great conversation here about their season. Oh, let me see if I can do this. All right. Hopefully Hopefully. Hello, you're on 4 Deep Sports Talk. Well, maybe not. Hello, you're next on 4 Deep Sports Talk. Are you there? No? Okay.
No, I think it took too long. The flashing
Yeah,
shine.
it did.
Oh,
All
man.
right. Well, call back, caller. We'd really love to hear from you. Okay, Sean.
Yeah. So, what the recruitment process? You know, how you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah. So last year, junior year, I didn't have much of a role on the team. I started a few games when people were out with COVID, but my basketball career, I was just looking forward to having a good senior year, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to really go to the college level, and it just takes like so many good highlights, and like it's just hard to get in front of college coaches, you know. So I actually went to all academic basketball camp at Babson, and I had a really great showing there. I was making a ton of crazy shots. I was there with a bunch of my AAU teammates, and from there I left my number on like a sheet or something when I signed up, and my phone just kind of blew up with a bunch of D3 schools calling, and ever since there it just really took off for me. I would play in AAU tournaments and just get even more emails and texts. I think I ended up with like 30 schools ended up reaching out to me.
Wow.
So yeah, that was surreal after the junior season I had, which was kind of disappointing. Yeah, I just kind of locked it in the summer and then realized that I do have what it takes to play college basketball. And yeah, so that was great.
Oh, we got a call. Hello, caller. You are first to appear on 40 Sports Talk. Who am I speaking with?
This is Tom Nichols.
Who is it?
Tom Nichols?
Tom Nichols.
Yes.
Do you have any questions for our guests?
Yeah, I had a question for the Mansfield boys on the Attleboro-Mansfield rival, or the Franklin-Mansfield rivalry. About how big is that rivalry really, and what do they do to prepare every time they get ready to play Franklin?
Yeah, so that's a great question, actually. Our rivalry with Franklin goes back pretty far, and we actually played them in the state championship in 2018 and came out with our first state title ever for basketball in Mansfield history, which was awesome. I remember watching that as a middle schooler, just hoping that would be me one day. And so with the rivalry with Franklin, we're already preparing like a week before we even play them, just for Franklin. Even if we'd have a game before, we'd obviously try to take care of business for, say we play them on a Friday. That Tuesday game, we're still going in trying to win, but our mind's really on beating Franklin because we know that they're doing the same. They're preparing just like we are weeks ahead. And they had a really good player, the Hawk MVP, Sean O'Leary, this year. So our main focus was shutting him down, doing what we could do, and giving ourselves a shot to win with that. So, yeah, the preparation is hard. The coaches are hard on us. But, yeah, this year we were definitely locked in for that game. We played I think it was the first time during the season where we truly played a full 32 minutes of basketball. And it was great to see. That one felt good for sure.
I've only been at Mansfield only my second year at Mansfield, and as soon as I walked in and I knew Franklin, I knew like everybody was talking about Franklin, and I knew from just the culture around us that Franklin was the biggest game of the year every year, and we prepare hard. I mean, like it's the hardest I think preparation I've ever had to do in my life. Yeah, Franklin is not taken lightly at all, and we prepare like nobody else I feel like ever has. It's hard and it sucks sometimes, but it's all love at the end of the day, and we're gonna win. We prepare like that. So.
Mm-hmm. And going into those games, we all know what we have to do. We have like a huge plan set up, and but at the end of the day, you just need to go out there and play basketball. It's just another game each team, they don't like each other. The past with the towns has gone way back. But, yeah, every year we just have to go out there and play basketball. Even though we're preparing for weeks, you just can't get too tense in the moment, even though it's a big rivalry. And I think our guys did that this year, and we took care of business. So that was definitely one of our best wins this season for sure.
And it looks like we have another call.
Yes, we do. Hello, caller. You're next to appear on 4 Deep Sports Talk. Who am I speaking with? Hello? Hello?
Huh?
I don't even know how I don't know how like the phone line like works at the same time.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah,
Is the other call off? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if this guy's still on.
Well, you can dump that call, and then hit the other button to
Yep.
answer.
Hello, caller. You're next to appear on 4 Deep Sports Talk. Who am I speaking with?
This is Vinny.
Who is it?
Vinny?
Hey, do you have any questions for our guests?
Yes. Well, we watched Devon Sanders play this year. We know he's new to the team, but we've never seen a point guard that fast. We're just wondering, what his expectation is for next year going into the season, and does he think they have a great chance to make it back to state?
Yeah, my mindset's probably the same as it's always been. I'm gonna go in every game and try to play my hardest, try to get everybody involved, and I think next year we have just as big a chance of winning this year. I think we can win like anytime, anywhere. So, yeah, I have no doubt in our team this year or next year that we can win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Our juniors were a big part of our run this year, and now that next year they're going to have a whole more year of development and be seniors and be those leaders. I think that they definitely have a chance to get back to where we just were.
Thanks for calling. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, he hung up before.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Great. All right. Great questions there from, I don't have headphones on, but I can hear basically the questions that were asked. So, want to talk about that final game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I don't know. It was so surreal. Just like being a kid playing on the Metro team, the travel team when we were younger. When I was in like 4th grade, when it all started, I would go and watch the high school team play, and they just felt like celebrities to me. So being able to go out there in the playoffs and just see all those little kids around the court and just like wanted to like give me a fist bump, something like that. It's just so surreal. So stepping onto that court to play in the state championship game, that was a big deal for me. That'll definitely be something I'll never forget, even though it didn't turn out how we wanted it to. I'll definitely never forget being able to play in that game, especially my senior year, going out there with the guys for the last time, especially on it was so cool to play on a D1 court like that at UMass Lowell.
Sure.
But yeah, that whole game, I don't know, it was just a tough battle. They were kind of too much to handle for us that night. Just they were hitting almost every shot, it felt like, and they played really hard defense, pressured up on us, and we couldn't really do what we wanted to on offense. So that kind of derailed us from our original plan. So we had to try to figure something out quick, and we just fell short.
I can't really speak on the game as much as them, but it's a crazy experience. You never really get the opportunity to play on a court like that in an atmosphere like that. And don't worry, I got a couple shots up of pregame, so I can't say I didn't make a shot.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a surreal experience. When you watch all these high level division athletes and they're like so celebrity like to you, and you just want to meet them, you want their autograph, and you get to play on the same court they do. It's a crazy feeling, and yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, and Coach Vaughn gave us a speech before the game.
Nice.
That'll definitely stick with me for a long time. It was, I think the mother-son dance was the same night as the state championship
Oh
game.
boy.
And he told us a story about a bunch of kids that just wanted to miss that. I don't know. That was a big deal when I was younger, being able to go to the mother-son dance. It was like super fun, but it was like really cool to see that those kids just wanted to go watch the Hornets play instead of that. So, yeah, that's definitely something I'll never forget.
Okay, are we up for our last break?
A minute left.
1 minute. Okay.
Yeah. So, as far as I know, before the caller came in, you were talking about the recruitment process. So,
Yeah.
ultimately, you ended up deciding to go to WPI to play
Yeah.
basketball. What was the deciding factor you think that went into deciding I'm taking WPI over such and such? You know.
I was between RPI, Babson, and WPI in the recruitment process, and WPI was actually one of the first schools that reached out to me, and they kind of sticked with me ever since. And they're always checking up on me. Just they have such a great coaching staff, and it's just such a nice, prestigious school. It's kind of just too hard to pass up on, you know. Graduating from there will be huge for me in my future, so I'm super excited for that. And on top of that, they have one of the best teams in the country at the D3 level, so competing was a big part of deciding on where to go. So I just want to be at a school that's going to win just like we do at Mansfield.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so
Sounds
we have
good.
to take our last break now. So you are listening to WARA 1320 AM 4 Sports Talk. We will be right back with the Mansfield boys basketball team right after these messages. Hey, welcome back to the show. We are with the Mansfield boys basketball team. You can call in at 508-222-1320. That is 508-222-1320. Before we continue asking questions, here is Justin Ferreira, aka the Sportsmaster, with the scores in the finals.
Of the basketball tournament.
Yeah.
MIAA.
Basketball tournament.
All right.
Right.
We're going to start with girls, right?
All right. Yeah.
Shout out to the girls.
Okay, so for our Division 1 state champions in the state finals, Andover beat Bishop Freeham 55-51. And then for Division 2 state championship, Foxborough beat Jacret at 73-53. In Division 3 state championship, St. Mary's Lynn beat Bishop Fenwick 45-41.
That looked like a really close game.
In Division 4 state championship, Cathedral beat Wakonga 75-53.
Wakana.
And what's that?
Springfield International.
Okay. All right. And for number 5 in the state finals, Springfield International beat Millis 42-34.
All right. So congratulations. Yes.
Yep.
That was all of them?
Yep, that's
All
all
right.
5.
So congratulations to the state champs in the girls division, MIAA. We're looking at the brackets now and giving you the final scores. So here are the boys.
Okay, in Division number 1 state championships, North High beat Needham 73-64. In Division 2 state championship, Madeline Catholic beat Mansfield 72-54.
It's okay. I'm seeing you out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh.
In Division 3 state championship, Archbishop Williams beat St. Mary's Lynn 76-71. In Division 4 state championship, Wareham beat Springfield International 66-40. And finally, in Division 5 state championship, Taconic beat David Priory 53-51.
Well, congratulations to all the divisions in men's boys basketball. Yeah, so here we have in studio with us today, and we want to thank you guys for coming in. Sean, thank you for getting him in here. Shout out to the Mansfield Hornets. In studio, we have with us Davon Sanders and JT Viking. And I know, JT, you're going on to college,
Yep.
playing hoops.
Yep.
Want to talk about how your process is going with that.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yep.
It's a tough one because you have to also weigh in academics with that.
Yeah. So I'm committed to Worcester Polytechnic Institute, and we'll be going there next year because I'm a senior right now. And the process was fun. It got stressful at times, just trying to navigate through it for the first time, trying to figure it all out, because a few months before I thought I was just going to be a regular college student and not play a sport, which is always fine, but I just didn't really know what I had in mind. So just the whole process coming in so quick was kind of overwhelming, but I took it head on and just decided to eventually go to Worcester Polytechnic Institute. And
what's your major over there?
I'm not too sure what it'll be at. Probably business and possibly some form of architectural engineering.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And what else did the school have to offer as far as basketball?
Yeah, so I feel like Worcester is going to be a great college city, good college environment to be in. It'll be fun. Just them winning so many games and just the school being so good for academics is just way too hard for me to pass up on, and just kind of provided more than any other school that reached out to me. And the coaching staff is awesome. I met the guys on the team too. That was great. And it shaped up to be a pretty easy decision towards the end. I kind of kind of fell in love with the school and knew that I wanted to go there.
So congratulations on picking a school, number
Thank you.
one. But
Thank you.
hopefully, it'll meet your needs as far as academics go. Very important. You got to play, right?
Yep.
And so, Davon, what do you think? Do you think you're going to go on and play?
Yeah.
Of course, for your senior year, but I
yeah.
mean,
Definitely, it'd definitely be awesome to play college basketball. I've only had one team reach out to me. I call it WARA Chester State. It's
Worcester State.
I'm not from Boston. So I'm not into the lingo yet, but Worcester State.
That was actually my next question. Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
there you go.
So yeah, I've only had one. It's a good stepping stone because it definitely shows that I can, I think, compete at the next level. But I obviously have a long road ahead of me as far as recovery, so I can't get too ahead of myself. But yeah, it's definitely a dream of mine to play college basketball.
Nice. I'm sure you're going to have an exceptional senior year.
Oh yes, thank you.
I'm sure you're really looking forward to it
Yes.
too, right? Getting on that court again,
Oh yeah.
The schools will be all over him.
right?
Like the caller said, fastest point guard out there.
Really?
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you.
Got the wheels.
There you go. Another legacy handing down, right?
Yep.
Sean.
Yeah, so I know it's not too off topic, but I know every basketball player, they got a pair of shoes that they're, Kobe's, you got LeBron's. I mean, do you guys have a preference when you're on the court that you prefer to wear brand-wise? Or
Me personally, no. It's always hard getting shoes my size. So I'm a size 16, so it's
16.
Yeah,
Really?
so-
They actually
Wow.
make shoes that size?
yeah. So just
Wow.
going on like the Nike website, it's kind of like I'll take whatever I can get. But this year I had a pair of Giannis's and also a pair of KD's. I had two shoes that I kind of switched between.
It's definitely not hard to find shoes my size. Yeah, so I'm very strict. Definitely has to be like a Nike or a shoe that I'm comfortable in. This year I wore the Paul George 2s, which are very comfortable, but I don't think I'm gonna wear them ever again. It'll happen to me, but but yeah, I'm pretty strict. I can't lie with my shoes, but I mean I also have a very more variety of shoes I can wear.
Sure.
In your size. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy, man. Size 16.
Yeah, right? I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever heard of that.
I mean, I look like a midget right now. So,
Yeah, getting clothes isn't always an easy task.
No,
Yeah,
definitely
but-
not. Definitely
It
not.
is what it is. I like being tall anyway.
Ah, there you go.
Helps me in basketball, that's for sure.
Hurts my neck to talk to him.
You're not alone.
Yeah, so we got like 1 minute left before we have to go off the air.
Okay, so we know what's coming up for the future
Mhm.
with you guys. Sean, want anything to add? We'd love to have you back.
Oh yeah.
You know, in studio, even if you can take a break and come back.
For sure.
Yeah, and bring some other guys with you too.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, for
And
sure.
shout out to the coach, right?
yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was a great season.
Yeah.
Just to wrap things up, I know Jordan Poole, and then you got Tatum. So,
Mhm.
what's your predictions for the finals this year?
I
What are
got
you thinking?
I got the Celtics going all the way this year. I think it's
Yeah.
finally their
They're
year.
hot.
Been watching them for a while since
Mhm.
Tatum came in the league. They've been knocking on the door. So I think this year they finally get it.
Suns are gonna win.
I don't think their chemistry has it.
They have Kevin Durant.
Okay, so March Madness.
Mm.
What are you looking at as far as college hoops?
Yeah, I think UConn's gonna win it all.
You do.
Yeah,
You do.
I'm looking forward to watching those games later tonight.
Oh,
That
yeah.
should be
I
fun.
got UConn too. Although
Mhm.
I would love to see FAU win. I can't lie.
That would be
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
How about women's? I was
Iowa.
watching that
Iowa.
last night, and
Iowa.
I was
Caitlin
like
Clark.
blown
Yeah,
away.
I
Caitlin
actually
Clark.
like watching Caitlin Clark play. Like
Yeah.
she actually like plays the game like so fun to me. I like the way she plays.
She'll shoot from anywhere. It's,
Oh my
it's
goodness,
crazy to
and
watch.
nail it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
My pick is LSU.
LSU,
Yeah.
absolutely. You never. It's going to be fun. I love this end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just watching the up and coming stars. You know, and the interviews afterwards. And what impresses me most is the amount of support. You know, from the schools. There were a lot of fans there last night. So Texas must be, you know, rolling.
Yeah, so we have to get off.
You have to sign off.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to thank you guys for coming in.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much for having
Really
us.
appreciate
Thank
it. You guys did
Thank you.
well too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having us.
And so with Catherine Conley, aka KC, Justin Ferrer, aka the Sportsmaster, Lucy Cabral, aka Paparazzi, Sean Sylvia. We will see you next time on 4 Deep Sports Talk.